heard you can get a free chicken if there's no hot chickens and you ask for a chicken voucher. So even if you don't want a chicken, check if there's no chicken so you can get a chicken voucher.
Because there's some like disclaimer or like fine print attached to those hot chooks.
What is the fine print?
Or just that if there's not one there, then you're entitled to a free one.
Amazing. The fine print's actually good for the first time.
Exactly.
Ever. I love that.
Who would have thought?
Yes. Win. Hello and welcome back to the Get Rich Slow Club podcast. I'm Tash and I'm here with Brooke today, or Brooko Moves.
Yes. Hi, Tash, and hi, everyone.
We're very excited. We're going to just chat about some of our unhinged money hacks, but they're not really ours. They got submitted to us. So please maybe don't go and follow them because we've recommended them. We're just sharing the experience of the community. There are some interesting ones.
Definitely. I have some rule breakers in my audience.
Yes.
I was going to say criminals, but I wouldn't go that far.
No, not yet. Do you want to start with one of yours?
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, like my personal one?
Oh, yours or the community one, whatever you'd like.
Well, I'll just kick it off with my personal one because it's all about me. So basically, I have this theory, which is definitely going to backfire if I ever get approached by a beauty brand, but I'll have to re-say my thoughts on this. But basically, I have this belief that moisturizer is too expensive.
Yes.
I like to have supple skin, but I don't like to pay money for that. I feel like I shouldn't have to, you know? And so for the past like 12 months, I've been doing this like study on myself, a bit of an amateur study, but I've been using all sorts of different products to try and keep my skin nice and supple.
Yes.
So I have gone through quite a few items, quite a few products, trying to think of like an alternative way where I can not spend a lot of money but still have nice skin.
My brain is like, what are these products? What are you doing?
There's nothing that I won't put on my face, Tash.
Okay. What have we tried? What was...
Okay, so my initial thing was aloe vera, like the gel, and I was slapping
like
that.
from the shop or from a plant? Do you have an aloe vera plant at home?
No,
okay.
no. I wasn't growing my own aloe vera.
Not yet.
No, I was just buying the normal gel, like after sun stuff, and slapping that on the skin. And that was kind of nice, but I thought, I feel like I can do better. But I did that for a while, and I'll definitely reintroduce that. But I thought there's got to be other alternatives as well. So I moved on to coconut oil. Did that for a little while. That was kind of good. Very messy. A lot of oil.
Like the jar or like the bottle?
Like a squeezy bottle.
Okay.
Like the Palmer's, squeezy.
Yeah.
And then everything ends up oily when you start doing that. So I thought I've got to move on. What did I do after that? Oh, I did, I actually did go a bit traditional. I did the jojoba oil for a while, but still it was a bit like, it's getting a bit expensive. That was like $11 for a little thing. And I'm like, I've got to draw the line. So now I'm on castor oil.
Okay.
And castor oil is meant to be good for your hair as well. So I'm thinking I'm ticking a lot of boxes here.
I love it. The 7-in-1 that the guys have, the 13-in-1. Hair,
Exactly.
body, skin, everything.
I've nailed it.
Amazing.
So I'm doing that at the moment, but it is really sticky and you kind of can't put it on just before you go to bed because your pillow will be like sticking to your skin. So
Has it been worth it?
I think, well, it's been worth it to me because I haven't bought anything expensive. I don't think I've bought anything more than, with the exception of the jojoba oil, haven't bought anything more than like $7.
Yeah, amazing.
And all of these things come in gigantic bottles or jars. So I feel like, I don't know if my skin's felt any benefit
Your
from
skin
this
looks great.
whatsoever. Well, thanks. So it can't be that bad. So I feel like I've nailed it.
You've reminded me of so many things now. I ran out of dry shampoo and I was like, I can just go without it because it's like full price, it's quite expensive and it goes very quickly. But then I read that you can use corn flour.
Oh.
So I got a little like a little bowl of corn flour and I was just dipping like a big makeup brush into it and it worked
Gorgeous.
pretty well. But then I like spilt it and it was a bit annoying because it's not like in the handy
I can see that being a mess.
container. Yes, but that was a good hack and it actually worked quite well.
I think, like even like normal flour.
I haven't tried normal flour, but yeah.
You should work it in. I think that'd be good up until it rains and then
But you like can't blow dry it out
bread.
anyway. Like isn't the point that it like, do you just leave it in your hair?
The powder?
The flour?
Are you meant to? Isn't that the point?
I put it in my hair for like 5-10 minutes and then I brush it out or I blow dry it out because it like absorbs the oil and then you get rid of it.
Oh, maybe you just leave it there.
Maybe you can't tell because you've got blonde hair.
Honestly, my hair cleanliness, even though it looks stunning today, it's not a top tier importance thing for me. So
no, I'm pretty sure you're meant to get it out somehow. Well, I usually, because in my hair, you'd see it. You see like the white, because it like looks grey almost. Yeah. Or like when you look like you've got dandruff. Yeah.
It's suspicious.
Yeah. So I always try and check.
People would be asking questions.
Yes.
All right. Let me share some other people's cost-saving hacks that they have submitted. Okay, so here's one. So on my current work trip, I've been sneaking into the mining camp mess to eat for free. So I'm assuming that comes from like a FIFO.
Sneaking in. Why do they have to sneak in?
I don't know. Maybe they're like mining camp adjacent or something. Like maybe they don't actually work in the mines.
Or they're the day guys. They're meant to go home and eat lunch.
I think so. Maybe.
I have more questions than why are you being excluded? But I've heard have you seen almost the propaganda trying to get you to work FIFO at the moment on TikTok?
The buffets look so good.
Yeah, with the prawns.
I
don't like prawns, but the seafood buffet looks amazing for somebody who doesn't even like seafood. And then like the resort style chalets. The propaganda's got
It's working on me.
Yeah. I've considered it. The pool.
Honestly, like I'm almost like willing to turn a blind eye to the 12-hour days.
Yes.
Like get me into the buffet ASAP. Okay, so someone said keep the coffee sachets that were offered but I didn't use during a hospital stay.
Hospital. I take them from the hotel, but hospital as well.
They thought, I am making money out of this hospital stay.
They've charged me so much.
Someone said they stay at their grandparents' house every second weekend for a few free meals.
Yeah, I like that one, yeah.
Pretty nifty. And then like similarly, raiding my mum's pantry every time I visit.
Yes.
That's a classic.
Yeah.
Another one said, look for food inside the dumpster bins outside Coles and Woolies and Aldi and 7-Eleven.
I've heard this can be quite good. There's Facebook groups of dumpster divers and some of the hauls I've seen are pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Like wrapped like Lindt chocolate and stuff like in the boxes still.
Wow.
Yeah.
If you're willing to scrub up and get in there,
yes.
I'm sure it would be worth it.
Please be safe, but yes.
It would be a huge commitment.
I've seen some very good hauls from people on Facebook.
Really? All right. So petty theft down at the local supermarket, a classic. And then
we're not condoning it too much, but sharing stories.
We don't endorse that behaviour, guys. Pay for the tomatoes at all costs. And then this one came from my friend. He said he would send all of his emails for different free subscription food boxes, like your HelloFresh and whatever. And You've done that, haven't you?
Yes, when you said earlier, like Dinnerly, I'm working with Dinnerly. No, when you said earlier about the paid partnerships, I'm working with Dinnerly at the moment. So I don't want to. There is a bit of a hack where with the free box, it says you can get like 3 meals, but if you keep adding them, you can get 6 meals in the free box.
I'll have to let my friend know.
Yes.
My friend, no.
Yes.
No, it was actually from my friend.
I do have a grocery store one that I wanted to share. And not condoning stealing, but I thought it was very, very, very creative. And I'm going to give them points for creativity because I've never thought to do this, but they like the really fancy eggs and they only want to pay
eggs.
like the completely free range, like the top of the line eggs, but he didn't want to pay for them. So he put the barcode of the cheap eggs in the back of his phone. And then when he went to scan the eggs, he scanned it with his phone. So it scanned as the cheap eggs, not the expensive eggs. So he's just got like an egg barcode.
I like that he's still paying for something.
Yes.
Just not the top tier. He didn't want to steal it completely. He thought, I'll take it for a lower price. Thanks.
When someone started telling me that, I was like, when they first started telling me, I was like, I was thinking, did you take the eggs out and put them in the other box? But no, like the creativity to be like, I'm going to actually fake scan the phone.
Because that feels labour intensive, removing each egg one by one. And it's also suspicious. One of the workers are going to catch on. Yes. What are you doing? Wow, that's really clever.
I just like there's like this untapped creativity that we're using for stuff like that. Like imagine all the other things we could do to solve problems in the world.
Just start picking off labels. Oh no, just take a photo of all the labels.
Yeah, and then putting it on your phone.
That's fantastic.
Yes.
Someone said I ask for a price match every time she goes to the shop.
I love this one.
And regardless of where she is. Very clever.
I've heard you can get a free chicken if there's no hot chickens. And you ask for a chicken voucher. So even if you don't want a chicken, check if there's no chicken so you can get a chicken voucher.
Because there's some, I did a story on it once. It was a huge expose from me because there's some disclaimer or fine print attached to those hot chooks.
What is the fine print?
Or just that if there's not one there, then you're entitled to a free one.
Amazing. The fine print's actually good for the first time.
Exactly.
Ever. I love that.
Who would have thought?
Yes.
Win. It's the last thing we expect. Someone has been taking a roll of toilet paper home from the office every day.
Yeah.
I think that's quite nifty.
Yeah.
I've done that at from public toilets sometimes. If there's a few loose rolls, I'll be like, I don't mind if I do.
I've done it from hotels. When I've gone traveling, when I went to Uganda a few months ago, whatever, I definitely did that from a few hotels because I wanted them when you've got toilets with no toilet paper.
Yeah. You need a stockpile sometimes.
Yeah.
It's giving COVID.
I feel like, I'm in the giant ones. Are you taking the big ones? No. The park toilets?
No. I think that would be hard to like sneak away with secretly.
I think at park toilets I go to and I'm like they're just like so locked up, like the big metal boxes.
Sometimes like I feel like maybe they're not serviced very often, and so they just stack them on top, sort of thing.
Yeah, okay.
And they've still got the paper wrap on them, so I'll be like, I'll be taking that.
Perfect.
Yeah, I'm all about hygiene.
Yes.
My work orders groceries, and there's always too much, so I just take them home.
Love this. No
I
food
also
waste.
wonder if she's the one
Ordering groceries.
placing the order.
Yes. Oh no.
And then this is a handy one, actually. This is not illegal in the slightest. They said, I told my doctor I was struggling financially, so she would bulk bill me.
Oh.
I feel like that's quite clever.
That's a good idea.
And it's always worth asking.
Yes, I feel like there's lots of circumstances where you can ask and they can do these nice things, but they can't advertise them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's such a good idea.
This week, this has just like come to me, but this week I cancelled my internet because I don't need it as much and I can just hotspot. And when I went to cancel, they were like, oh, hey, like we can actually give you like a such cheaper rate if you're thinking about leaving. I was thinking, oh, it's a bit late for that. Like I am fully out the door. Like I just need to think. But I was like, you could also, like, if you do want a cheaper rate, just threaten to leave.
Yes.
And they'll be like, please don't.
You need to say like the key words for them to be like, yes, we can offer you this.
Exactly.
Spotify, if you cancel, I feel like you can get 3 months Audible. It gives you 3 free months when you try and cancel. Yeah, I've tried to cancel a lot and then it always gets me and I stay. So
I
like,
love that.
Go through like multiple cancellation things, and then when it says the final, are you sure page, you can be like, oh, maybe I'm not sure, but until then. Free things.
Pay a bit less.
I wonder how long I could get free Audible for. I'll have to try it and see if there's like a limit.
Come back to me on that one.
Yeah, I need to set a lot of calendar reminders.
I love it.
I've got some more maybe serious ones that we could do. Yeah. I've been watching a lot of Four Corners. Do you watch Four Corners?
I have in the past.
It makes me a little bit upset about the world because there's a lot of like big corporations that get away with a lot of things, or a lot of like business owners and their business collapses and like they go bankrupt for the person still fine and rich anyway. And you're like, interesting.
That shouldn't be happening.
So I was talking to my friend about the white collar money laundering that we can do that's legal. And I've heard of people like,
tell me more.
Yeah, so they're a business owner, they'll buy a commercial property and then they'll just lease it to themselves. So they went out both ways. That I find quite interesting.
And is no one at the tax office thinking we should get them, or
not yet?
You can do. Okay.
There's lots of rabbit hole here. I was thinking about buying another property because I'm figuring out what to do with my money. Yes, but I feel like there should be other options. So I've looked at things like, should I build? Is it more ethical to build and actually add to the housing supply? But there's this tax thing where you can't claim interest on the loan while you're building on the land.
Right.
You can only, so you're meant to like kind of build and like kind of lose out money for the year or however long it takes, like 17 months on average in WA, and then you can start tax deducting stuff. And in my mind, I think, shouldn't you encourage people to build? But then I found out that doesn't apply if you have an ABN and you're a business. It only applies to individual people. Okay. I feel like that's a bit dodgy. So they closed the loophole for individuals, but not for companies.
Oh.
So companies can now be property developers and still tax deduct all the stuff.
That needs to be a strongly worded email to someone important.
Yes, to the Liberals in 2019.
That sounds like right up your alley.
But there's lots of like hacks that work for business owners and not for individual people, which I just feel is really unfair. And like even having a company set up personally now for like my work stuff, it's just amazing what I can claim versus what I couldn't claim as an individual.
You're doing tax fraud. I like it.
I know, white collar money laundering, money moving. But yeah, just like when you think about like all these different structures you can have, because I was thinking about buying a property in a trust because there's some benefits to that, but there's also cons, but it just feels a bit fake where it's like I'm the director and secretary and treasurer and everything else of my company.
CEO, everything.
Yeah, and then I can do another company and do the same and then have the company own a trust and put things in the trust and then funnel the money to myself. And it just feels like,
It's not it's not sounding right to me.
Why does this
I'm no
feel
expert.
Yes.
That is
It's
sounding
legal.
definitely dodgy immediately.
And then apparently if you have money in a business, you can't lend it to yourself personally because then you personally benefit, but you apparently can lend money from your business to another trust and have a property in that trust. So you can put money in an offset account.
Right.
But you can't do it in your personal name, but you can do it to like a different business.
Okay.
And that feels very dodgy to me. Like, why can't, if you can do it in one, why can't you do it in the other?
I guess it makes a lot of sense in the context of big businesses getting richer and richer and like individual average Australians getting poorer and poorer.
Yeah, because we don't have the money to set up all these fake companies.
But so I guess like, because I recently got an ABN, does that mean I can start doing this money laundering?
Not as easily if you're a sole trader, because it's still treated as if you're like your personal income, whereas the company is like a separate entity to me. So the company does a tax return, I do a tax return.
Okay, all right.
Which is just wild because it's me.
And so the company pays you a salary?
Yeah.
Does the company, okay.
I pay myself like a proper salary and super and stuff. So I'm an employee of the company, but I'm also the director and the treasurer and everything else of the company.
So funny.
It's just fake.
I can't imagine how the HR complaints go.
We can't afford a HR department.
Could get you in trouble with the CEO.
Me to me. But it just feels like it's like all these middlemen that we don't really need. Like, why have we made it so complex? Where if you have the money, you can set up all these middlemen and not fake, they're real companies, obviously, but it's like, it feels fake. Like, why don't we just make it simpler for everyone?
Yeah, definitely doesn't feel right. I feel like there's definitely like a naughty reason for it all, you know?
Yeah, because the people who benefit are the ones lobbying.
It's giving corruption.
yes, yeah, definitely. And I can see why I think like corruption can kind of happen in certain areas where it's just crazy if like, I don't know what it is like now, but just watching Four Corners where like the business goes bankrupt with the people running it a fine. Yeah. Like, how are they still living on their $1 million properties and farms and stuff, benefiting from the stuff happening? It just seems very insane.
Yeah,
so anyway, the hack there is consider moving towards something where you can own your own company and work under a company structure, because it gives you so much more freedom and flexibility. And even just the fact that you can like get taxed at the lower company rate and then have flexibility as to when you pay yourself that salary. Whereas like an individual person, you can't say, I'll hold off that 50 grand until next year. Whereas like as a company, you can.
Yeah, gotcha. So do you think I should set up instead of a individual sole trader ABN, get a organisation ABN?
How much are you earning?
Not much.
I think it's like because you get paid the flat tax rate instead of having like the progressive tax rate. So I think it doesn't become worth it until you're earning like over 100,000 or something like that.
Well, that's not me.
Next week. But yes, there's extra costs associated with it. So you have to pay ASIC fees, you have to pay like an extra amount to do the tax return, and then you don't get the tax-free threshold.
Okay.
So often it's not worth it until like a little bit later on. But just generally, like if you're earning a decent salary and you're thinking, why can't I get ahead? Why can't I do this like tax money laundering stuff? Just like something to think about, yeah. But in the future, like you could probably set one up next year.
I'll be doing it.
When you're making all the money.
I'll be there. I'll have you on speed dial. I'll be like, Tash, what do I do?
That was a less fun money hack, but
I think I'm going to squirrel that one away for later on.
I've just been thinking so much about it, like watching Four Corners. If anyone watches a lot of Four Corners as well, I feel like it just like really, you kind of get a little bit jaded about it. Or it's like, how are these people getting away with these kind of things?
Not right, yeah.
Or like ex-prime ministers getting almost $1 million of tax debt just wiped by the ATO for fun.
It kind of like, I don't know about you, but it kind of makes you want to get into politics. Yes. Not because of the politics thing, but for the money.
I was thinking to stop it, but yeah, of course.
Well, that too.
All the power, all the fancy lunches, the private jet.
So there's so many perks. It's like, who wouldn't want to? No wonder these people are like, you know, doing absolutely everything they can to stay in politics.
Yes.
We would all do the same.
You've got all the powerful.
I'm no better than Barnaby. Fine, I've said it.
I would lobby everything too.
Just to like cling on to any sort of relevance or get involved with any sort of like lobby group.
Yeah, even just like to be wined and dined.
Yeah.
Take me for lunches.
I'll do it.
Buy my vote.
Casual Friday, sign me up.
That would be the dream. No. Yeah. I've got one more, maybe we should wrap it up because I've been talking a lot about HEX debt recently. Do you still have a HEX debt?
Oh, I think, look, unconfirmed, but I think I either have paid it off or I've got like maybe a couple $100 left.
So close. Amazing. Yeah. I still have a little bit of a HEX debt, but we were talking online about how it's unfair that the government indexes your money before your repayments are added for the year. Did you know about that?
Oh, it's all sounding a bit technical for me, sorry.
You make repayments the whole year in your salary. And then they don't actually get taken off your HEX debt until after you do your tax return, after July, but they index it in June. So it's like if you were paying your mortgage off the whole year, but they added interest as if you hadn't paid it off that year.
Oh.
Yeah, which is dodgy.
That's not right.
So I feel like the hack there, maybe not the most ethical, is you tick no on the box on your employer form. It doesn't take out any of those repayments and then you pay them yourself. Right before the indexation date, and then you can claim it back or pay it on your tax return.
Are they going to find out that you've done that? Like, is that something that they would know?
You just have to pay it off when you do your tax return. So like it's a bit like scary, I guess, if you forget and then you don't have the 10 grand saved up to pay for your HEX debt. But like the hack, I guess, is to put it in a savings account. So you're earning interest on it and then you get to keep the interest and then you pay it off before the indexation date. But you're meant to tick it on the form because it asks you if you have a HEX debt or not. So you are lying if you say no.
Okay.
But
if you can turn a moral blind eye to having a bit of a lie, then you can be better off.
Things to think about. Or we can lobby for the government to change the rules.
We'll have to do both.
Yes.
You and me, Tash, let's go.
Send us more of your money hacks. Because I love hearing how interesting people are and how they think about the world and these things that I've never thought of. Not that we will do them all, but interesting.
People are so creative as well.
Yes.
And kudos to you guys.
Yay. Thanks. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks so much for joining us. If you found this episode helpful, please rate us 5 stars, write a review, or share with a friend. If you're new to investing, make sure to listen to our first 10 episodes. Follow us at Get Rich Slow Club or Tash at Tash Invest or me at Anna Christina.
The Get Rich Slow Club podcast is a collaboration between Tash Edgman from Tash Invest and Anna Christina from Perla. Knowledge is power, especially when it comes to investing, so make sure you check out our financial services guides and read the product disclosure statement and target market determination for any investments you're considering. See our show notes for more info. Any advice is general and does not consider your financial situation, needs, or objectives, so consider whether it's appropriate for you. This show was brought to you by Natasha Etchman, who is an authorised representative 1299881 of Guideway Financial Services, AFSL 420367, and Perla, who is an authorised representative 1281540 of Sanlam Private Wealth, AFSL 337927. The Get Rich Slow Club acknowledges the traditional custodians of the land we record on. From coast to coast, across land, waters, and communities, we pay our respects to elders past, present, and emerging.